Guardians of the Galaxy, a film directed by James Gunn, starring Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana, Dave Batista, and the voice of Vin Diesel and the voice of Bradley Cooper. Marvel took a lot of chances putting this film together. It's directed by a relative unknown. He's done a few things here and there, but nothing that's been a box office smash. Starring a guy like Chris Pratt, who hasn't really carried a lead role in a lot of things either. It's based off a comic book series that is not one of the big pulls for Marvel. It's not Captain America or Iron Man or Spider-Man or X-Men. It's Guardians of the Galaxy. None of the characters were really familiar to me other than maybe hearing them in passing. And I think that's the average moviegoer. Most people aren't familiar with these characters. Couple that with the fact that two of the main characters are going to have to be relied on heavily by CGI. And whether or not those actors can pull off those voices, that's taking a risk. And Marvel did with a lot of these elements. It's really amazing this movie ever got made. This movie is basically about a bunch of misfits who wind up being cobbled together into this group through varying circumstances. And they're all going for this MacGuffin that the villain of the film is looking for. And the action just kind of goes from there. Chris Pratt did an amazing job in this role. As Peter Quill, he is the perfect amount of quirky and odd and funny and goofy, and yet he's a thief and kind of a jerk, and it's he plays the role really, really well, and he brings a lot to the film. He was perfect casting, in my opinion. Most surprising after that would probably have to be Dave Batista, as a guy who's not known for acting. He came in and played his part well. Vin Diesel as Groot, he didn't have a whole lot of lines, but what he had, he did well, and the character of Groot was really, really awesome and fun, and had some brilliant moments in this film. Zoe Saldana does a good job in her role. Her backstory is an interesting one, and it lends to kind of the complexities of her character as well. The best performance, though, I have to give to Bradley Cooper as Rocket. He was brilliant. He didn't just use his normal voice to come up with this character. He actually created the voice for Rocket, and he does a great job. He's incredibly convincing. The CGI is great, and just the overall character of Rocket is one of the most endearing characters that you'll probably see in any movie this year. He's brilliant in this film. The soundtrack for this film is awesome. All the music that they picked just added to the fun and the kind of odd quirkiness of this movie, and it all just fit together so well. The feel of this movie is what makes it so great. It is fun and energetic and hilarious, and it's just a great time. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It asks you to come along and just have a good time, and man, does it deliver. I just love the idea of this ragtag group of losers coming together and trying to do something greater than themselves. It's a great story, and they do it their own way. They're not like all of a sudden just these amazing people. They're still the same messed up people that they were before, and they're trying to find a way to do it their own way. And you root for them, despite the fact that they probably have no business being in the middle of all of this. It's fun, it's different, and that's what's so great about this movie. The other thing I was kind of surprised by was I saw this in 3D, And it was actually done really well, especially in the opening sequence. It's one of the best 3D presentations I think I've ever seen, and I am not a fan of 3D in general. This was done very well, and this was one of the few times I felt like it actually added some to the visuals. If I were going to say that they could have done one thing better, it would be that they could have cleared up some of the motivation behind some of the characters, and particularly the villain. At the end of the day, he was kind of a one-sided character. They gave you a little bit of his backstory and a little bit of an understanding as to why he's doing what he's doing. But other than that, he was pretty much just a bad guy. They did a very good job making him menacing and a force to be reckoned with and feared. But beyond that, I didn't feel like I understood him very much. And I also felt like Karen Gillan's character as well. Just they didn't tell you enough about kind of where she was coming from. And I thought she did a really good job. I really liked her performance. It was just her motivation that wasn't completely clear. Everything else was there, though. All the rest of the movie hit on every single level. The characters, the story, the feel of the film, it all worked and was fun and hilarious. And it was just a brilliant, great time. I absolutely loved this movie. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. I'm teetering on the edge of pushing it over, but there were one or two things that may be keeping me from getting there, but make no mistake about it, this is a must-see film. You need to go and see this in the theater because it is that good. It is hilarious and fun, and the characters are awesome, and the story is great, and you will have a fantastic time. You won't have a better time at the movies probably all year. I plan on buying this one when it comes out because it's going to be one that you're going to want to watch over and over again. So Guardians of the Galaxy, what did you think? Leave a comment below and maybe we can talk about it. And as always, click right here if you like what you see and subscribe to even more of me.